Greetings of peace, everyone, or in our tradition, Assalamu alaikum. All right. For those who don't know, Assalamu alaikum means divine peace be upon you collectively. And wa alaikum is reciprocal, and it says upon you in plural, because everyone has angels and are with them. Upon you be peace. So it's peace be upon you, and upon you be peace. So we'll begin with a blessing and invocation to start us off. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده وحبيبه ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق وهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Ameen. That prayer begins with a refuge, seeking a refuge, asking a refuge. A'udhu billahi. We like to repeat things in Islam, in the tradition of Islam, as repetition is a pattern in creation. And everything like our cells, the hair, the movements of our body, walking, our breathing, has within it a repetition, especially the chant of our brother. He was saying, Hay, hey, hey, hey. And one of the beautiful names of the divine of Allah is Al-Hay, the living, the ever-living. So I was like, hey, hey, hey. And then when we chant, we often go, hey, 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 hey. It's one of the chants to invoke life, divine life of God. So all of those beautiful attributes are combined in the name Allah. It's called the Ismul Jami', the name that combines names. So if you say light, light describes Allah. If you say peace, salam, it describes Allah. If you say adar, the distresser, not all of the beautiful names are easy. Some of them are majestic, but it gives us a perspective that, oh, sometimes stress is necessary for growth. But that name would describe Allah. Ar-Rahman, the all-compassionate, that gives mercy to all, regardless of their war-bent views or their generosity. Ar-Rahman gives breath to everyone. Describes Allah. Ar-Rahim, when you intend good for humanity, when you go around and greet each other with peace, Rahim is present. That attribute is manifesting. That manifests toward your intention of goodwill. But that also describes Allah. What does Allah describe, though? That name, Allah, we can say Allah. What does it describe? It describes an essence. The Quran says, Qul huwallahu. Hu, which is also something that we hear often, though we're not aware, breathing. We breathe in. We breathe out. If we put intention, there's that presence, who is there. It's an essence. It has no gender. It's not male or female. It doesn't have a container in time or space. But it has a place where it manifests, and that is the human heart. The reflection or the manifestations cannot be found in heavens as far as we reach through heavens. How many galaxies in heaven? They say billions, maybe trillions. And within each galaxy, billions and trillions of stars, lighting up Lord knows what is being lit in these realms. Those heavens actually cannot encompass who Allah. But, O human being, your heart has been described as the encompassing entity, reality that can manifest. But human beings are more occupied with property, farmland, oil, and the satisfaction is near. So why did we say black light? I'm not sure. I kind of know, but it's like when Delith asked me, I was thinking, oh, it's Black history, so okay, that's something. And then people always say Black Life Matters, but it sounds black light. Okay. Matter. We show up in matter. We show up in this shell of matter. But also deeper into this reality is that within the tradition of the Sufis, which we give greetings from our teachers, Sheikh Hisham and Sheikh Nazim of the Naqshbandi order, that our grand teacher, Sheikh Nazim, who he passed away in 2014, when he met his master, who was from the Caucasus Mountains, Dagestan, he met him in Syria. And Sheikh Nazim's from Turkey, from Cyprus. So he studied with many teachers, and he met many saints. And those saints, he would ask for their guidance. He would say, "Are you my guide? Are you my guide?" Even though they were teaching them, they said to him, "No, your guide is in Damascus. Your guide is in Sham." So he went there into Sham, into Damascus, and didn't know they didn't have cell phone back then. They didn't have internet. He said, these teachers said, "My master is there, I'm going." So he's going. Somehow, through it's in this book. This is a Naqshbandi book. The story goes that he finds his way to the door, and the sheikh opens the door. He says, "I've been waiting for you, my son." Sheikh Abdullah Dagestani. Sheikh Dagestani, in their interactions, poured into the heart of Sheikh Nazim 5 lights. The first one was yellow. He looked into his eyes, and it's like Star Wars, you have to pass. But this is about human potential, that we're not only about rockets and bombing and storming each other and harming each other. No, we have to pay attention that within every human being, there are lights. So the first one was yellow. And that actually corresponds to the heart, what's called the qalb, and the form of human beings and the form of things. The outer matter, right? We talked about the matter. The forms of things are related to that yellow light, like the sun the stars that brings out the form. And then there is a red light downloaded into his heart. That one was related to the secret of human beings and the secret within our bloodstream. That within our bloodstream there is this light that rides upon every cell. Then he poured into it a white light, into his eyes, a white light downloading to his heart. That was for the secret of the secrets. That takes us deeper into a realm between the physical, intellectual world and where we're reaching a deeper horizon, where things, as was said, when you split light, when you split time into 1 to the 22 fraction, everything becomes light. Time becomes light. So we're moving into that realm of even death with the white light, where the edge of our perception moving into the realm of what's called the barzakh, the imaginal world, the world that informs energy poured into the heart. This is within each of us to remember. Our consciousness is a light to perceive these different colors. So then, from there, the secret of this secret, which informs the secret, which informs the heart, there's something that informs the secret of the secret. It's green. So the green light pouring into the eyes of Sheikh Nazim, into the heart of Sheikh Nazim. And that's the hidden garden, the enclosed garden, the realities that each light actually has oceans behind it, oceans beneath it. But it's the secret of the hidden. The green is the hidden. So each of you, each of us, has the heart, a secret. Your secret has another secret. It's called the secret of the secret. They can't copyright this, by the way. Not like the book The Secret, God bless. But there's a secret of the secret. The Sufis have that one. Then the hidden is green. So there's a green light. Then, last one is black. Black light. And that's for the most hidden. Akhfa. We can call, by intending on these different layers of self, by doing dhikr, by remembering, there is this ability to start to open layers of the heart, to recognize the form of our being, to recognize the water that flows through us, that has an energy riding upon it. Then there's something deeper beneath that, in which our identity is. Not just John Doe. You might have you have names that correspond to divine names. You might be the servant of the light. You might be the servant of the source of peace. That identity opening through the secret of the secret into the hidden, into the most hidden. This is not for the faint at heart. Jealous ones, like there's a part of human beings that we look outward, so we become jealous. Oh, Ukraine has this, or Africa has this, or Syria has this, or Iraq has this. I don't have that. I have to take. Yet you're not remembering that you are an ocean. You have oceans within you. You have oceans of secrets within you, O human being. 7 billion, and in this day, each one has oceans. Oceans. So that black light represents the most hidden. Human beings tend to oppose what they don't understand. They tend to fight or run from what they don't understand. So we see in that manifestation in our society, someone invented the dark continent. Oh, those people didn't know it was dark. It's sunny. They're living, they're doing their life, they're having their issues, but it's a dark continent. We have to label, oh, it's mysterious. Then they invent different patterns to say, black is evil, look in the dictionary, white is pure, heavenly. And people adopt that myth. Not saying that white is, then the Nation of Islam has to come and say, no, actually, white is evil, black is God. This is an American manifestation. It's not from the East. It's something that they had to give steroids to certain people to get them out of the self-hatred against blackness, because it used to be an insult. You call someone black, black person, you call a black person black, it used to be like the worst thing until James Brown came and the other movement, until that resurfacing of connection to the roots of African strength, peace, legacy, richness. But everyone in reality has these layers of story, layers of DNA, layers of legacy that are connected. I'm a hospital chaplain, so I was called by my Lutheran, German background American friend. Oh, can you see this person? He's Jewish. He's asking for a blessing. So I go to his room, white-haired gentleman, having issues, problems. He says, I need a blessing. I need a special blessing today. This is on Friday during the invasion. I need a special blessing today. My grandparents are from, one of my grandparents are from Russia. One of my grandparents are from Ukraine. And those families, they married into one another. They had a business together. And they used to do create barber tools, like blades. And my grandfather, he learned to do mother of pearl from Japan. I'm like, how does this all? Japan, mother of pearl, steel to do this and to be able to shave. And then there's the Ukraine and Russia. So we said a blessing. And look at all the layers. Here comes an Afro-Japanese Muslim Sufi imam to visit a Ukrainian, Russian, American, Jewish gentleman who leads back to this legacy with Japanese. He had to bring the Japanese part, I don't know. This is our reality. When we recognize that we are more than our form, you can't stop with the yellow light. You have to go to the red light, our bloodstream, our common blood. Then underneath that common energy of light that binds us. Then it all started in the garden, the green reality. That all of this beauty on earth, it has a template. There are flowers like this that exude eternal perfumes. This is from the Prophet's description. Muhammad, peace be upon him, we won't get through all of that. But then this day layered also with the ascension of the Prophet, peace be upon him, from 1400 years ago, that he went through a year of sadness where he was boycotted by his tribesmen, starved, his people were starved, he was oppressed by his own people, into a year of sadness where his wife passed away, Khadija, and the mother of Fatima, and his uncle died, and he was in a sad place in Mecca. And he was invited to what's called the Isra wa Mi'raj, the night journey and ascension. You can look it up. It's where Dante, I think, got a lot of his inspirations. He took the dark side, which it has very scary descriptions that manifest in our egos, in ourselves, a warning that this is what your ego can produce, oh human beings. It can produce these things. Be careful. And then your soul can also ascend in oceans of mercy, oceans of knowledge. So that our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made this journey through 7 heavens, but kept looking. Even though he was seeing beauty, like people like to turn and look when they see beauty, bad guys, keep your eyes careful. Keep your eyes forward on the road. Wives, I don't know if you say that. Well, who are you looking at? The Prophet was not tempted by any beauty of paradise. He was going on a journey through different layers of heavens to see the expansiveness of creation. Past the orbit or the sort of gravity of the ego, he kept ascending. He kept ascending because people like to do good to go to paradise. He said, no, I'm going past paradise. I've been invited past 7 layers of heaven to the furthest horizon. It's called the Sidratul Muntaha, the furthest lot tree. It's like a tree of, the tree of life, the tree of, at the very edge of creation. And he went past that to a place where Gabriel said, if I go past this, I'm going to burn. My existence will burn. So he went to a place that we also refer to where that blackness represents mystery to unfold and respect. The mysteries of divine names, the mysteries of divine knowledge. Ask for that to overcome the veils of the ego, overcome the veils of the illusion. Don't be afraid of black. So it shows now in history that when they say black, don't get too agitated. There's something there. There's something there that's part of you. It's not something to conquer. It's not something to suppress. It's something to share and respect, just like you bring the lights together. You bring the lights of yellow, the lights of red, the lights of white. I don't know who the green people are. Martians? The forest people. And the lights of black, you bring them together. They're in communication. So that's where he went to see the grandeur of what's called two boats' lengths or nearer. To go to a place where the essence of the divine was pouring out these manifestations of beautiful names that download into the different aspects of creation. In that place, there is no hierarchy. Allah asked him, where are you? He said, Allah. Who are you? Allah. He reached a place he saw nothing but the divine names, nothing but the divine attributes. And then he said, "O Muhammad, come nearer," and exchanged words of revelation with the Prophet. He brought those openings down to earth and deposited them into human hearts, into human beings. Some people they know, some people they're unaware. So, all of this spectrum of light is something to not be afraid of, but to ask, as Randall was saying, ask for knowledge. Why is this pain on earth? What's the wisdom of it? Why is this difficulty coming? What is the wisdom? What is the light in the moment, even when it looks like doom? It has to be balanced. As much as there can be doom, we must know that there is mercy to balance. It's just, most of it is unseen. It's not perceived by this head-banging thing, people bumping heads all the time. It's a journey to the core. It's a journey to the heart, the secret of the secret, the hidden aspects and the essences of human beings. That's where we find tranquility. That's where we find sublimity, sublime beauty that exchanges between souls, soul to soul. So we ask that we will recognize our depth daily. We ask that we will recognize the depth that is around us, within us, that knowledge is transformative. The scientists, they say the black hole is not a H-O-L-E, it's a W-H-O-L-E. It's a system that takes energy and distributes energy. And Sheikh Nazim said the black hole, every atom has a black hole. So that shows how the Prophet Muhammad moved through space-time, and he came back 500,000 of years, millions of years experiencing, and he came back before his bed was cool. His bed was still warm when he returned to his home after his ascension. So all of these sciences, social sciences, let us bring them into unity in our lives. Let us see the connections. Let us live rich, beautiful lives and develop an understanding that we will not fear, but we will find love, we will find compassion, we will find endurance to pull out wisdom, patience to pull out wisdom, even of those things that are painful for us, unnerving things, people who get on our nerves. I have 4 children, so I'm sorry. So we ask the Creator to bless this gathering and bless this community, to be a light, to be people who embody light and spread light in your paths. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ويا فوز المستغفرين فاستغفروه فإنه هو غفور رحيم. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah is forgiveness. If I had a mishap or misstep, we humbly ask the Creator to forgive, and we ask you to forgive and to bless. Assalamu alaikum